Okay, so just before we go on to the installation, we'll just install that postcast server, which is a good idea. So again, go to your downloads folder, open up postcast, double click on setup, follow the prompts. Accept, next, and you should get towards the finish mark. And if we go into the programs folder, we should now see postcast server, and we should get a unblock message here. Go unblock, and we go through the setup wizard, and we click next, allow only access from this guy, which is our local server. Just important to understand that you are only accessing this from your own computer. You're not allowing, I mean, you could allow other people to use it, but that's not the purpose we're here for. Send messages immediately, and showing system tray, and have a bit of a reader here. It says to start working, you need to change server settings in your email program. So all we need to do is we just need to tell our Joomla install that we're using Norm laptop as the server rather than localhost. Next, and finish, and we should be good to go. So you can just simply close that, and it will minimize the program. Yes, and we can see it running there in the background. That's all we have to do for that. Okay, so now let's get straight on to our Joomla install. So we want to open up Wamp, go into our root directory, and we've already made the folder called My Joomla Site. So let's go to our downloads folder, open up Joomla 1.58 install, and I'm just using standard Windows here for the purpose of the exercise. I'd normally use some type of archiving program. Anyway, extract the files and point to C drive Wamp www my Joomla site. Click OK, next, and it should start extracting. Okay, so it extracts. Show your extracted files. You can if you like, sure. There they are. We would expect them to find them. So it's the full Joomla install. So now if we go and open another browser, and we go to www.myjoomlasite.com, we should find a Joomla installation. Aren't we clever? Choose your correct language. Next, make sure this is right. There shouldn't be any reason you get any errors here. Don't worry about this one. It's not, I mean, it's a recommended setting. Yes, I understand, but again, we're just here for testing purposes. No need to even worry about it. And next again. Okay, so now we type in localhost as if we would in a normally hosting environment. In a normal hosting environment, and by that I mean a commercial hosting environment, we would normally be given a username and password, our own username, but we're local testing here, so it's going to be root, and the password I set earlier, or you set earlier. And then because we have root privileges, we can go ahead and create a database name right here. We actually don't need to create a database in advance. You could, but there's no need to. Because we have root privileges. Root privileges allows even the creation of databases. So I'm going to type in here my Joomla site. That'll do. Click on next. We got to this point, so generally we know that it's already connected. Don't need to worry about the FTP layer locally. Type in a site name, my Joomla site. Put in any email here. I mean, put in your own, whatever. Put in info.com, whatever. Password, pass, install sample data. Yep, we'll click on that. Beauty. Click on next, and we're just about done. So all we need to do is go and delete the installation directory, which we'll find right here. I do know that some people are in a habit of doing something like this. Old, I'd advise you against doing that, because if I found that, or I should say, if a hacker or an unscrupulous person found that within your directory structure, there's a chance they could install over it. So don't rename it, just simply delete it. Doesn't take much time. Okay, go to the site, and hey presto, we've got a Joomla install on our local server. Not only have we got it on our local server, but we've got our own nice pretty domain name. Pat yourself on the back, you're a clever kid. Okay, so just about the last thing I'm going to show you that is a commonly asked and commonly misunderstood and confused thing when you're first setting up Joomla. Most people want to have the nice pretty SEFs, the search engine friendly URLs, and in fact Joomla 1.5, which is what we've installed here, is one of the biggest updates I think that the development team made, was the improvement on how they did the search engine friendly URLs. Just to clarify what we're talking about, if I click on a URL, and isn't that a lovely button, by the way? They do such a nice job there. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about. This is a yucky URL. That's the technical term, yucky URL. What we want is something nice like about Joomla, something like that. And if we did that at the moment, we'd get a not found, which is no good either. So this is how to do it. You'll recall earlier on we enabled mod rewrite in the HTTPD config. It's very important that we did that, otherwise this next step will not work. So what we want to do is we want to go into the administrator area of the site. So we go administrator, and we log in. Oh, must have already been logged in. I'll just log out and just show you again. There is another thing we'll do with the login too, I won't forget. So we log in and we go to global configuration. Go over to the side here. Search engine friendly URLs, yes please. Use Apache mod rewrite, yes please as well. Click on save. And now if we preview the site and go and try and click on a link, whoops, we're broken. The reason we're broken is because we haven't done what used to happen by default in the old Joomla. Now it's a little bit hidden in that if you put your mouse over here, it says, warning, make sure you rename htaccess to, htaccess.text to .htaccess. In the previous versions of Joomla, when you clicked on the button, it actually gave you a big pop-up warning. It was pretty hard to miss, but I personally didn't like that, so I prefer this. It's a good thing, but there is the warning, and that's what some people miss. If you have a standard standard Windows, and I try and click on here, and I try and backspace there and put a dot here, press enter, I get a horrible message from Windows saying you must type a file name, because it thinks I'm typing no file name and with the extension of .htaccess. Windows just does not understand it. It doesn't understand what you're trying to do. So here's how you do it. Go and open a command prompt, and you do that. I'll just close that one. Go and open command prompt, and you do that by going start, run, and typing cmd. C for cat, M for Mary, D for dog, and you end up with a command prompt here. So what you want to type in is you want to type in a rename space C : /wamp /www then your folder name, and if you just start typing a little bit of it and then press tab, it should come up with the rest of it, and backslash, and then HTA, and again if you just start typing a little bit of it, press tab, it should come up with it. So there's the file name, and then put a space, and then type what you actually want to rename it to, and we're going to rename it to .htaccess, spelt that way, double C, double S. Enter, and it won't give you any song and dance, it's just done. Down the bottom here in our file, we can actually see now it's renamed to .htaccess.